Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I have this feeling that a lot of people are going to be eating their words pretty soon. You know, there's a whole lot of talking heads, a whole lot of lefty partisans in the media, on Twitter, who have been not only defending Joe Biden, but who have been essentially exonerating him. There's no evidence of any wrongdoing, no evidence to suggest that Joe Biden is 10% the big guy. There's no evidence of any crime or any wrongdoing or anything even remotely close to an ethical violation, and especially not during the time where Joe Biden was in office, or Joe Biden was the vice president under Barack Obama during 8 years. People keep making these definitive statements in order to protect and defend Joe Biden every single time new revelations and new information comes out. But how long is that going to be sustainable? You know, there's two completely opposite situations here. With Donald Trump, all the scandal, the accusations, everything that was being alleged, the more time went by, the more it was obvious that they had absolutely nothing, that most of the information was salacious, phony, and connected to Hillary Clinton and the DNC, the more it was obvious that Donald Trump was innocent. By the time Robert Mueller had his Senate hearing, it was obviously a nothing burger. However, the exact opposite is true when it comes to Hillary Clinton, or the Clinton crime family, and the Bidens, or of course the Biden crime family. There is more and more and more evidence slowly trickling in that directly points to them and points to wrongdoing. And the biggest thing right now is the contradictions. There's a lot of people in the media who are going to be eating their words. Their statements won't be aging very well. And this is especially true for Joe Biden, who claimed on countless occasions the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. He had no knowledge of his son Hunter's business dealings, or that he never met with any of Hunter Biden's business associates. Well, those exact statements continue to be proven as outright lies as the Biden crime family continues to be exposed. We got some more information here, folks, suggesting that Joe Biden, Mr. 10% the big guy, was a whole lot more involved with his son Hunter's business dealings, and I mean a whole lot more involved than he's letting on. Let me show you guys exactly what we have here, but of course, before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers, and with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so take a look at this bombshell right over here. Hunter Biden's business partner visited the White House 27 times during Obama-Biden era. Logs show that Hunter Biden's business partner, Eric Schwerin, visited the White House 27 times during the Obama-Biden era. On Tuesday, Fox News reported that Hunter Biden's longtime business partner, Mr. Eric Schwerin, had visited the White House at least 8 times in 2016, bringing his total number of visits during the Obama-Biden era to 27. During his visits, Schwerin met with a number of Biden staffers, as well as Biden himself in 2010. Speaking at the Teacher of the Year event at the White House on Wednesday, President Joe Biden suggested the reason he got into politics was to prevent corruption. The greatest sin that anyone can commit is the abuse of power. We covered this in our video the other day. Mr. Eric Schwerin's visits to the White House, in addition to revelations regarding Hunter Biden's business dealings highlighted in the now infamous laptop scandal, have led many to ask for a full-fledged investigation into the Biden family. It's increasingly obvious that Hunter Biden's business revolved around providing access to his father and the highest levers of power. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas, told the New York Post, "It reeks of pay to play." Now, I find that real interesting. Joe Biden, who claims to have absolutely no knowledge, no involvement whatsoever with any of Hunter Biden's business dealings or any of Hunter Biden's business partners, had reason for 27 meetings with one individual alone involving his office. Does that seem sketchy to you? And the question once again is, why the dishonesty? If Joe Biden's office never did anything wrong, if Joe Biden never abused his position as vice president, then why would he be running away from this? If he was innocent, wouldn't he just say that, yep, I met with Hunter Biden's associates multiple times, 27 times in fact, with one of his main partners, and nothing questionable was ever done? If Joe Biden was so deeply involved with Hunter Biden, Hunter Biden's associates, and even powerful foreign individuals, as we've highlighted many times and as we see in all the pictures, Joe Biden clearly had a direct involvement, or at least was part of the clique. Well, if he hadn't done anything wrong, then what is he running away from? And why always the contradiction? It's the same kind of contradiction that we see from these dishonest Democrats over and over again. Here's a great example. During the 2021 election in the state of Virginia, of course, the biggest issue was critical race theory, CRT, and Democrats had a very conflicting defense. They kept advocating that CRT was really just racial justice, teaching history. There's nothing corrosive or controversial about a CRT-focused curriculum, while at the same time essentially contradicting that fact by saying, oh, well, CRT is just a very, very fringe college-level class that doesn't actually exist in K through 12. Well, which one is it? Is it something that doesn't exist and that that something that should be avoided politically, or is it something that should be defended? It's a clear contradiction. And now we are seeing the exact same thing with Biden's defense, with yet again another connection, as Hunter Biden and Jim Biden's bank records are currently being subpoenaed, and there is possibly a connection during the time that Joe Biden was in office. Take a look at this.
So, Catherine, could any of this information in any way implicate President Biden?
I don't want to speculate on the standing of this investigation, but I just want to lay out what the White House position is and what we know through our own reporting here at CBS News. Recently, the White House Chief of Staff was asked about this issue, and he said that the president felt that his family had done the right thing, but then also added that these were the actions of Hunter Biden and James Biden, the president's brother, and that these were private matters and that President Biden was not involved. What we know through our reporting here at CBS News is that there was another subpoena that was sent out to one of the major banks here in the United States, and it was seeking not only Hunter Biden's records, his former business partners, but also the records of the president's brother, James Biden. And these records went back to 2014. And the reason that timing matters is that it spans a period when Joe Biden was the vice president.
Catherine Herridge, one of the top investigative reporters, points out the clear contradiction in Joe Biden's defense. First off, Joe Biden claims that everything was kosher, everything was done properly, nothing illegal to see here, folks, while simultaneously saying, well, everything that does happen and anything that comes out, well, that's Hunter Biden and Jim Biden's business dealings, and Joe Biden wasn't involved. So which one is it? Is it clean, kosher, and everything was done properly and ethically, everything was done legally, or is there some sketchy stuff that's going on and Joe Biden is trying to distance himself from it? And as Catherine Herridge points out, some sketchy stuff that was happening in 2014 when Joe Biden was still the vice president of the United States, still serving as theoretically the second most powerful person in the US government. Which one is it? Because you can't have it both ways. And the evidence just continues to mount. Initially, it was Tony Bobulinski, Hunter Biden's former business partner, who is on the record claiming two specific things. First off, that he met with Joe Biden to discuss a business deal with the Chinese. And secondly, that he claims 1,000% that Joe Biden is in fact the big guy. That is a direct connection with Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Hunter Biden's business associate, Tony Bobulinski, showing involvement in this pay-to-play scheme. Well, now we have 27 meetings with Mr. Shrewin, and once again it raises very serious questions in connection to Joe's missing millions, this headline that I showed you guys the other day. Exclusive, Joe's missing millions. Financial records reveal Biden had $5.2 million in unexplained income, as emails show he paid Hunter's legal bills for one megabucks Chinese deal and was tapped as, quote, the big guy to get 10% cut in another. Well, very interestingly, the number pops up again. Fager Baker Daniels, Mr. Eric D. Shrewin, Rosemont Seneca Advisors, client Robert Hunter Biden, showing Hunter Biden billing for over $68,000 for, quote, restructuring, is seen in a statement of his account. And massive numbers being continuously billed, as you see over here, for $82,000, $28,000, $21,000. For what? Crackhead Hunter Biden just billing tens of thousands of dollars over and over again, in the end amounting to millions of dollars, seemingly out of nowhere with no explanation as to where the money's coming from, with all in connection to Mr. Eric Shrewin, and then all of a sudden, magically, Joe Biden himself is declaring millions upon millions upon millions of dollars in annual income. And the biggest question of all, Joe Biden's 2019 disclosure to the Office of Government Ethics shows he received millions of dollars through his company, Celtic Capri Corp, but fails to account for all of the $16.5 million shown in his tax filings. He's claiming personal annual income of $16.5 million with millions of dollars unaccounted for. It just doesn't make sense, and it's the same names over and over again that pop up. Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Mr. Eric Shrewin, who Joe Biden met with while he was vice president 27 times through his office. Either him personally, I don't know about you guys, but the whole thing just reeks. It smells to the high heavens. A deep stench of corruption. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Jim Biden, nobody knows what they do, nobody knows what skills they provide, other than the fact that they're all connected to Joe Biden, who happens to be in an incredible position of power, and they're all raking in millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, with massive, unexplainable sums of money being billed through various organizations. I I don't know about you guys, but it almost seems like a money laundering scheme, and none of it looks legit to me. But considering how it continues to get worse for the Bidens, and more information and more revelations continue to bubble to the surface, I have a feeling eventually this whole thing is going to cave in on the Biden crime family, and the true nature of this corruption will inevitably be exposed. And hopefully the GOP in 2022 stands by their claims and they launch an official investigation into this potential pay-for-play scheme. It's gotta happen, folks. These GOP members need to prove themselves because so far they've been all bark and no bite, and 2022 has to be the year of accountability. That's what I got for you guys though. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share it as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.